Hello, everybody. We are back with Grunge. I had to take a break because I had done the previous episode because my throat was hurting. So I'm fine. It is not the coronavirus. It's just that I do a lot of talking during these playthroughs and it hurts. Everything hurts. It's physically painful. So Kenny got in a fight with us. Carmen made up with us, and other stuff is yeah. So the next few months the two of you spend together are blissful. Neither one of you decides to come out to your families right away. You want to take things slow and see where it goes. But as spring emerges, the two of you realize what you want for your future. Carmen starts bringing apartment listings to the class for the two of you to look over. You both begin budgeting and setting aside money for security deposits and first month's rent. The two of you won't be able to afford more than the small one bedroom, but it'll be enough, just as long as you can be together. One weekend, you decide to tour a rather sleazy-looking apartment complex. The apartment building is run by Mr. Katz, who you know from visiting Tommy's Diner. Katz is a bedroom available, and the rent is a steal at $450 a month plus utilities, which back then you could actually do. $450. But keep in mind the minimum wage back then I think was like $3 during this time. Unlike other apartment complexes, which have questioned why two girls would want to live together in a one bedroom, Katz doesn't seem to care about the personal lives of his residents. He keeps to himself, and as you walk through the apartment, he stands back at a safe distance. I like it. Smell that mildew? I still like it. I like the location. It's still close to our friends and family. Kitchen has been upgraded recently too, and I just put in a few new windows. How much do utilities typically run? About $100 a month. That's trash, electricity, gas, and water. Okay. What about cable phone internet? Most people just use the company that they're most comfortable with. I know a couple guys who could probably get you a good deal on dial-up. I think this is the place. I'll let you both keep looking around. When you're done, just shut the door and come downstairs. We can discuss filling out the rental agreement today if you would like. We need someone to co-sign, right? Nope. If you both just bring in a copy of your paychecks as proof of income, I'll accept that without needing a co-signer. You're surprised that Carmen knows all of these things because you absolutely do not. What do you think, babe? She squeezes your hand and stands by her side looking out the window. I really like it. Kat seems like he's giving us a really good deal. Can you see us living here? Okay, picture this. It's a freezing night in December, probably the coldest it's been since 1955. Wow, so specific. I don't know if that's actually true or not. You're supposed to try to maintain suspension of disbelief. Anyways, there's a light snowfall outside of our window. The insulation here really sucks, so we're freezing. We're both wearing sweatshirts and fuzzy socks. A space heater sits in the corner by the TV, which is up against the back wall. You've come home for a long day at work. You've had a long day. I'm in the kitchen. What are you making? A kettle's on the stove. I'm making hot chocolate. With little marshmallows or big marshmallows? The biggest ones I could find in the Piggly Wiggly. Ah, yes. You've convinced me through the power of imagination. Then I think we're gonna get it. What is it? Do you really think that our parents are just going to believe that we're moving in together just because we're friends? Well, it's a one-bedroom apartment. There's not room for twin beds. We'd be sharing a queen. I can already hear my mom asking me what I'm going to do if I want to bring a boy back here. I think we have to tell them. Sari? I'm trying to think of a way that we could do this without having to tell them. I don't want to either, but maybe it's time? Well, if not now, when? I mean, how much of our lives do we want to spend in the closet? Well, I've had enough of that. Same here. I don't know how I'm going to break it to Poppy. You know, he and Harmon are good friends, but he's still pretty old school. Should we tell our families together? No, I'm worried Poppy will get mad at you. Your dad loves me. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how he's going to love you, how much he's going to love you when I tell him that you and I have been up to some funky business. Funky business. Hanky-panky. Fooling around. I think your dad will just laugh if we tell him we're up to some funky business, honestly. Well, I'm not about to get explicit with my father about what we do when we're alone. Oh God, please don't. I won't. And I'd rather throw myself in a dumpster fire, honestly. Your dad would throw me in after you. So I think we agree that it's best if we tell our families separately. Okay. Well, I'm off, Harmon. Haha, why the long face? Aren't you going to hang out with your friends? Actually, I'm meeting my mom for lunch today. I have to talk to her about the apartment and moving out. The apartment? Oh, you and Carmen are really moving into Katz's joint. Yeah, I'm really excited. That is very exciting. Congratulations. I hope it goes well for you and Carmen. Does your mother know? No, I'm gonna tell her. Okay, are you sure you're ready? Yeah, I don't want to drag it out any longer. I have nothing to hide, Herman. I'm not ashamed of what I feel for Carmen, at least not anymore. I know, honey, I'm not accusing you of anything. Just let me know how it goes, okay? And if you need anything, I will, promise. Pinky swear? Pinky swear. Let me know if you need anything. I love you. Okay, that's fine. You're my dad. It's fine. Okay, anyways, we have quests. We have a ton of quests. We have to get our shit together and do all of these quests. There's so many goddamn quests. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, you guys have a quest, don't you? Leave me alone, guys. Leave me alone. Sup. Oh, haha, all that in a bag of chips. What does that even mean? You know, it's like all that and even better. All that? Like, it's cool, Dad. You kids and your strange sayings. Why not just say that it's cool? I swear you teenagers make it purposefully difficult to communicate. But we weren't talking to you, Dad. You were eavesdropping on our conversation. Sid, I gotta bounce. Catch you later. Dad, did you have to do that? What do you mean? Insert yourself into my conversation with Juan, and you can stop. Can you stop it with your ranting about kids these days? When kids these days learn to act right, I'll stop. Cool. And when you learn to stop being so ridiculously offended over things, I'll talk to you again. Sid, get back here. Humph, kids these days. What's the dealio? Yeah, so basically this guy's mad about the use of slang, which is so dumb. And it's a generational thing and it's stupid. It's a boomer thing. I'm still not talking to you. You said to swing back to grab something. Son, I'm sorry. Um, your bizarre love of Radiohead. He's just like, yeah. Okay, excellent. So we're at 63. Donate. Okay. Hey, Maya. Serafina, sup? Nothing. Just killing some time before I have to meet someone for lunch. What's up with you? I'm trying to raise money for the youth shelter. We're going into summer now. That means a lot more kids are going to be spending time there during the day. And that means that kids are going to need more money for lunch. The city council decided to cut the school's budget for the city summer-wide nation lunch program. What the hell? Why? Because the people who serve on a city council don't seem to understand poverty. Their mindset is that their parents should just provide it for them. And the fact of the matter is some parents just can't. Some don't care. Others prioritize putting a roof over their kids' heads. Our city council would rather punish poor kids for being poor than help them. You can bet I wrote a strongly worded letter. How much do you need? Honestly, as much as I can get. If I could raise $100 today, that would make reaching my final goal so much easier. Hell yeah. Here you go. Take $100, Amaya. Bless your heart. You earned a heart token. Okay, we're at 64. Where is Akila? Okay, Akila, hi. Oh no, excuse me. Did you happen to see a few papers lying around? I had a presentation. Okay, let me look around for them for you. Where are they? Bullies. I need people to leave me the hell alone, please, for 5 seconds. But there's cool things up here. There's cool things. So what did you want to talk about today? Is that Karenina with Clarissa? What are they doing? And why are we hiding out behind the car shop? Why didn't you want to come over? I didn't want to talk at my house or yours. I don't want our parents listening in. Are you in trouble? I think I am. Why? What's wrong? I think I like girls. Oh, you're a lesbian? No, not a lesbian. I still like boys. I also like girls. I guess you could say I'm bisexual. That's a real thing. It has to be, right? Since I am one. Oh, well, thank you for sharing that with me. You're not mad? Why would I be mad? We're good friends. I see no reason to be mad over something like this. Not even a little bit? I mean, when I told Usuri, she flipped out. You told Usuri first? Why would you tell Usuri first? Aren't I your best friend? You are. It's just, I thought it would be easier to talk to Usuri than you. That really hurts my feelings. I'm sorry, I don't know why you wouldn't have told me first. Because, well, you're very, strict. You're saying that I'm a bitch. No, not a bitch. Then what? I just thought you would react the most negatively, but Rosari took it worse than you. Her and I haven't spoken for a few weeks, actually. I'm so sorry, Clarissa, and I'm sorry that you felt that way about me. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Please don't be angry with me. I'm not angry, okay, I am angry, but I think it's more myself than it is with you. You and I have been friends since we were little, you know? Since we showed up to our dance class. We've always been so close. I just want to be the one you feel safe sharing those kinds of things with. How could you know you like girls? Huh? Have you been with a girl? No, but I haven't been with a boy either. That's true. Have you kissed a girl? Are you really asking me that question? Yes. Why? Because I've kissed you multiple times. What? There's comedic music playing. Oh, but those were kisses between friends. That wasn't meant to be romantic. You didn't see it as romantic? Holy shit, this is an actual train wreck. No, I thought that was just something girls did at slumber parties. Wow, no, Karenina, no. Even when I slept over at Carmen's house before we were dating, we didn't do anything like that. We could have been doing that. Wow, 4 years of wasted opportunities. So you don't have any feelings for me? I never thought about it before. You haven't? No. I kind of thought you had because, well, of all the times we kissed and the fact that you've never dated anyone. But you wouldn't come out to me first. Well, now that we're being honest, I wasn't going to come out to my crush first. Why would I? What if you turned me down? Your mind works in strange ways. But I never had time to date anyone. Plus, I never met a boy who I thought was worth it. Many are attractive, but also pathetic. Maybe I could think more about this. What? Yes, maybe we should date, just to try it. But we're graduating, isn't it too late? We're both going to the East Coast, aren't we? Well, yes, you're gonna go to Rutgers. That's not too far from Manhattan, hardly long distance. I don't want to push you to do something that you want to do, Corinna. I don't mean to guilt you. You're not guilting me to do anything. I would like to try this. Wow. But I expect an exclusive commitment, no less. Of course. We've got, no, where's the dairy freeze? I forgot. I don't know where it is. Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Hey, hey! She leans in to give you a kiss on the cheek, but notices her dad is sitting there on the couch. Está bien, no necesitas mi autorización. She grins and quickly kisses you, then squeezes your arms. Today I'm going to talk to my mom. I'm meeting her at the diner for lunch. So we're going to talk to Carmen and kind of get their perception on what they think about all of this. Because Carmen is now out to her family, and her dad isn't really like. We'll talk to him because Carmen came out to her family now. And we'll see how the family reacts. Okay, are you gonna be okay? Yeah, I should be. You sure you don't want me to go with you? Yes, I think she'd feel cornered if you were to come with me. She might react really badly. Then again, I don't know how she's gonna react. Besides, you have to teach karate today, right? That's not as important. Carmen, I'll be fine. Okay, will you call me? Of course. I love you. I love you too. Hey, Mr. Rosales. You feel awkward and rigid. You haven't spoken to Mr. Rosales since Carmen came out to him 2 weeks ago. He seemed to have been avoiding you. Hello, Serafina. I feel like we should talk about something. Sure. Well, he's not your dad. You feel like he is, and you don't want to disappoint him. You get the sense that he's still upset, even if he's calmed down for the most part. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lie to you. Lie to me about my relationship with Carmen. He sighs. I understand why you did it. After all, when she told me, I wasn't happy about it. But then she explained something to me. She said that when she was little, she used to see how her mother and I interacted. She saw the way that I looked at her mother. Complete adoration, completely in love. She told me that you look at her the same way, and I can see that now. As long as my daughter is with someone who treats her right and makes her happy, I suppose I really have nothing to be worried about. What problems I have with this, I will take it up with God and leave it to His judgment. All I ask of you is that you make my daughter happy. As long as you do that, we're not going to have a problem. Well, thank you. It means a lot to hear that. I'm actually going to be talking to my mom later today and coming out to her. I wish you the best of luck. If you're free tonight, please swing by for our family dinner tonight. We have to celebrate you becoming a member of our family after all. This man is lovely, and I love him. Diego told me that you and Carmen are lesbians. Oh, he did now, did he? Yeah, and I'm pretty upset about it. I had no idea my sister was adopted. Why the heck was everyone keeping a secret from me? What? Yeah, you're lesbians? Meaning you're from Lesbos. It took me a while to figure it out. Where is Lesbos? You should know. You were born there. Javi, Carmen and I are from Lesbos. I was born in New York. Carmen was born in Puerto Rico, like your brothers. Lesbians, it means that a woman loves another woman in the same way that a man could love a woman. You mean you want to marry my sister or something? Maybe someday, but right now that's not legally possible. Oh. Well, if you could get married, that'd be pretty cool, right? Then you could be my sister-in-law. Yeah, Javi, it'd be very cool. Precious child, love him always. Gato, get out of the way. Thank you, Gato. I heard you were planning on coming out to your mom today. I hope everything goes well. Even if it doesn't remember that you have a family you can come home to. Thanks, Amaya. By the way, like they don't know, just in my head, only the siblings know that Amaya is trans. I don't think that Mr. Rosales, in my mind, knows that Amaya is trans. Just because I don't think it's something that they would have brought up. It's not important, and even if they did bring it up, they just think that it would upset him. So no point in talking to their dad about that. Hey Manolo, you just got back for a visit? Yep, we're just hanging out at the house today. Poppy wanted to cook a family meal tonight. Hey, if you talk to Diego, don't mind him, okay? He's being a bit of a grouch. Hey Diego. Hi Serafina. So you and my sister. Yeah, I've been wondering, and you don't have to answer this, but did this start from the Nirvana concert? Is that why you two were so damn weird? No, we've been kind of figuring out before that. We just had a fight. Huh. Are you angry? Yeah, if my sister's gonna live her life as a lesbian, it's gonna make things harder for her. She's gonna have to hide it from our family, from her jobs, and maybe even housing and things like that. Yeah, I get that. Haha, but do you? Look, I just hope this is worth it, that's all. I didn't really think Diego would be upset about this. Well, I don't know what you want me to say, Diego. I'm not going to apologize. I love Carmen, and I want to be with her, and we're going to take care of each other. Look, I was fine with your naivety when you were like 14, but you're an adult. So don't give me a blasé answer like, we'll take care of each other. Taking care of each other doesn't put a roof over anyone's head or food in their stomach. You need to be prepared for the shit, and I don't think you are. Okay, well, look, you can be angry with me all you want, but your sister is capable of making decisions for herself. I just don't want anything bad to happen to my sister, Sari. I hope you can keep your promise. I need you to give me some space. So, Diego is the one member of the family that is absolutely not okay with it. Because he's just like, this is going to ruin my sister's life, and I just really, really hope that this is worth it for you guys. Hello? Hi, it's nice to be able to get out of the house every once in a while. Hey kiddos, I hope I never grow up. Having a boyfriend doesn't sound like it's really all that fun. Abby was stressing out over her hair before we walked over here. I don't know, shouldn't a boyfriend make you happy, not stress you out? Why do people date if it's stressful for them? Luther's on a date with Abby, and they said that Latoya and I couldn't come with. Aww, it's okay. Hi kiddos. Luther's taking me on a date. I'm really nervous, but I'm also excited. Abby and I are on our first date. Aren't y'all a little young to date? You don't gotta be judgmental. I love that. Hey, Wendy. Hey, my favorite customer. Aw. You notice all the papers scattered across the table. There appear to be a few grant applications and some leasing agreements. What are you up to? Well, I'm thinking about opening my own shop after graduation. It's going to be a boutique, and it's going to sell locally sourced clothes that I make. It's also going to double as a thrift shop, so there'll be cheaper options. What? Really? Wendy, that's awesome. Yeah, my parents think it's a bad idea. I've been designing clothes since I was a kid. They think I should go to college to get a degree, but I've already been making money from sewing and selling clothes. So I personally think the next logical step is taking a couple classes on managing a business and then opening up my own shop. They think I'm too young, and they worry about what happens when I go into debt. This is a risky idea, but every business idea is risky, right? So you have to kind of this is one of the quests where I try and trick you. You have to kind of say the opposite. Because you're not just supposed to be like, it's all sunshine and rainbows. You're like, yeah, this is hard, but you're a badass. Do it. You mentioned taking classes, and that would be a great way to get started on the ins and outs of running a business. But I wonder if I can make it, even with the education. You'll never know until you try, right? Besides, Wendy, we don't have a clothing shop in Copper Junction. Most of us have to get on the bus to go to the strip malls at Silver Heights. All we've got is a poorly managed donation store, and I'm pretty sure those clothes aren't even clean. Oh, they're not. I know a girl who got crabs from buying clothes at that location. Affordable, cute, and local clothing sounds like a way better option, and something that people in our neighborhood really need. And I know you, and I know the quality of your products. I think you can make it. Sugar, you're so sweet. You're right. This is risky, but in life we need to make things happen. We gotta take chances, right? And if I take those classes, it's not like I'm going in blind. So I'm gonna do this. Hell yeah. In the meantime, if you want to keep buying things from me, that would be excellent. I need to take out a loan. So we earned a heart token. We've got one more thing to check out before we come out to our mom. Thanks for agreeing to meet me here. Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm here. Well, I wanted to talk about what happened between Diwali and I. That's none of my business, but if you want to make it my business. I know that everyone on the team has been weird about it since I broke up with him. That's because we know the reason why you broke up with him. You know? Yeah, and that was awful. I agree it wasn't my best thought out plan. Let me make one thing clear. I would never be jealous of my friends, nor would I hook up with their girlfriends. I told you that I wasn't interested. I told you no, and you didn't listen. Worse, you decided to hurt Diwali, who wasn't even involved in any of this. You're the one that gave me his number, because he's liked you since middle school, and you know it. You could have said no. I thought you would, honestly. Instead, you played him like a deck of cards. My friends have been pissed at me because I should have seen this coming, and they're right. I just wanted you to like me. Okay, I'm sorry. Wait, no, I'm not. I don't care. I told you no, you didn't respect that, and I get that to some extent. I used to be someone that thought playing hard to get was a real thing. Used to think that it was a game, but it's not. It's just creepy. Even if a girl doesn't, it's just creepy. Really? I creep you out? That's a hurtful thing to say. What else am I supposed to say? I turned you down and you concocted this elaborate scheme to make me jealous. If that's not creepy, it's at least hella manipulative. I don't think you get that. You feel bad about what happened only because it didn't work out in your favor. That's not true. I felt bad for what I did to Diwali, but I apologize. Did you really think your apology was genuine? I don't think you get it, Lapis. I think you still see yourself as the victim on all of this. You think I owe you something, but I don't. Brendan, if what? If I had just gone out with you, this wouldn't have happened? No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say that I'm sorry. It's not me you should apologize to. It's to Wally. But I already did. Look, I gotta go. As ready as I'll ever be. You order a cup of soup and a milkshake, something that Lynn is sure to chastise you for, but you really need the emotional support of chocolate to make it through this conversation. Not only that, but you're pretty sure if you ate solid food right now, you vomit it all up. You order coffee for your mother because it's the only thing she drinks. You watch as your mother enters through the front door of the diner, briefcase in hand. In her shoulder-padded suit, she looks stiff and out of place. She nods at you, but doesn't smile. This is the place you and your friends go to? Tommy makes the best burgers in the neighborhood, Ma. You can tell that she doesn't believe you or doesn't care. She doesn't acknowledge what you say. She picks up the menu and flips through it with a furrowed brow. Do they have any salads? I'm trying to watch my cholesterol. There's a Cobb salad, a Caesar, and a caprese, but I don't think a burger will kill you, Ma. Wrong thing to say. Her eyes flicker from your half-empty milkshake back to you. It's a silent lecture. She rolls her eyes and sets down her menu. Why am I here again, Sari? Why am I here? What was she expecting, a memo or something? A rundown on the meeting minutes? You're her daughter. Why can't you just talk for the sake of talking? You wonder how your mother has become such a stranger to you in these past few years. When you were little, you were close. She'd play with you, read to you, and take you window shopping on Fifth Avenue. She used to laugh a lot. Now it's rare if she smiles at all. You wonder if it's because of the divorce or because of her job or if it's because of you. She's a force of nature in the local business sphere with a daughter who gets in fights and can barely manage to pass high school. When you're together, the air of disappointment is so thick it's almost suffocating. But even as your throat closes up, you manage to take a deep breath and begin this conversation. So Carmen and I signed the lease for our apartment last weekend. Really? Why didn't you tell me? I've been meaning to tell you, you just haven't been home. Well, okay. I mean, I wish you would have discussed this with me first, but wait, what apartment again? The one run by cats. That little one bedroom in that dumpy complex? She groans, rolling her eyes in exasperated, melodramatic disappointment. This is the most emotion you've seen from your mother within the last few months. Well, whatever. You just better not expect me to pay for it. I don't. We didn't even need a cosigner. Carmen and I both have jobs. Siri, I don't understand. Why would you get a little one bedroom apartment? Don't you need the privacy? You've always had your own room. I don't think we need the privacy from each other. Everyone needs some privacy, Siri. It'll be impossible for you to have any alone time. Besides, what's going to happen if Carmen or you wants to bring a boy back home? Mom, I mean, I don't like the idea of you having premarital sex, but I'm not stupid. You're an adult, even if you don't always act like one. Wow, Mom, that's a little uncalled for. Well, it's true. I still have to remind you to do the dishes and pick off your dirty laundry off the floor. You want a reminder that you're the one who cooks her dinners and packs her lunches, but you swallow every petty word. And look, do you really want to start sextiling each other? Because that's inevitably what's going to happen. Mom, I'm not interested in dating men. Carmen isn't either. Well, maybe not now, sure, but later. How long is this lease? What if you need to break it? Mom, can you stop for a second? She pauses weirdly, offended that you would even ask for a breath of air. Carmen and I got this one bedroom apartment for a reason. And what's the reason? Honestly, Sari, just say it. Why are you dragging this out and making it so dramatic? A nerve inside of you snaps, a flash of anger bubbles up inside of you. Fine, I'm gay. I'm gay and I'm in love with Carmen. That's why we're moving in together. Phew. Your mother takes a sip of her coffee. She smacks her lips and exhales. Her head turns away. You know, when your father left me, your bubby told me that there wasn't any way I was going to make it as a single mother. That I was going to struggle financially since I hadn't worked in so long. That I should move in with her and your granddad. Can you imagine us living with them? Ugh, no, I didn't. And thank goodness we didn't. Bubby would have made us go to temple every single day. Every day. Yes, that's right. She takes another sip of coffee. But I got back into the workforce, busted my ass to find a job and then keep a job. My work paid off. I got 2 promotions within the past 4 years of been working at the brokerage. That's unheard of for most women my age, certainly for a single mother. Yeah, Mom, that's pretty cool. Your Bubby said that a child needs two parents in order to thrive. She wanted me to remarry right away. She was already going through her Rolodex and looking up every Greenberg and Horowitz on Long Island. That sounds like Bubby. I told her no, that I wouldn't get remarried, that she didn't know what she was talking about, that that wouldn't be good for you. And then my mother told me if I pursued a career, you would suffer. She said that without another parent to support you and me working all the time, no good would come out of it. You swallow. Your gaze doesn't waver. Well, my mother was right. She's probably rolling in her grave now. Somewhere along the line, I failed you. Mom, no, that's not true. Clearly I have. Mom, this isn't your fault. No, you're right. It isn't my fault. It's yours. Excuse me? I don't know what kind of happiness you think that you can get from being gay, Sari. I get to be with Carmen, and I love her? What do you mean? You'll never get married. You'll never have children. Hell, good luck finding a decent job if that gets out. And you know where it gets around this neighborhood, Serafina. You'll be the for the rest of your life. For God's sake, you even drive a motorcycle. Is this what you want? Really? Yes, I love Carmen. I know this isn't going to be easy, but ultimately, if her and I are together, I'll be happy. Sorry, honey, you'll never be happy. You slump down in your seat, your eyes growing wide. Lynn gazes upon you cruelly, almost dismissively. She sips from her coffee again. You bury your face in books or stick your nose in other people's problems to try and distract you from the fact that there is a gaping hole inside of you that you can never fill, a hole that is never going to go away. I don't know what put it there. Maybe it was your father, maybe it was me. But Carmen can't fix you, Serafina. It's unfair of you to expect her to do that. You're broken, and you've always been broken. Your eyes well with tears. You can't believe that words are coming out of your mouth. Those that words are coming out of her mouth. Shaking, you clap a hand over your mouth to stifle a sob. A few other diners turn and look in your direction, and your cheeks burn in shame. Your mother scoffs at your sadness. Why are you crying over this decision when you just told me it would make you happy? I'm not crying over that. It's not a decision for me, Mom, and it's never been a decision. Then why are you crying? Because you won't support me. Your voice cracks and you sob into your hands, your shoulders shaking. Lynn's monotone voice doesn't falter. I have supported you the last 18 years. I'm not obligated to support you anymore, certainly not when you're making this decision. Why won't you just understand? Oh, Sari, you and the other kids your age think that adults don't understand anything. Well, you don't. You don't know how I feel about her at all. Maybe if you could feel anything, you would. Now she looks pissed. She leans in, her eyes piercing straight through your skull. I don't care how you feel about this girl. I don't care that you're sitting here crying in the middle of a diner. You were ruining your own life. These are decisions that you are making, not me. I'm giving you one last chance not to go through this, Sari. F you. You're no longer allowed in my house. Tomorrow morning, your stuff is going to be sitting out on the curb. She sighs, stands, and grabs her coat. You sit there and cry at the table. Your tears fall into your already salty French onion soup. Sure, Lynn had always been a bit distant, but you thought she loved you. You thought that she would have, at the very least, begrudgingly supported you. But now, within the course of a few minutes, you've lost your mother, and nothing hurts harder than the words that keep echoing through your mind. You've always been broken. Hey, kiddo. Harmon places a hand on your shoulder. You look at it, sniffling as you wipe away your tears. You've been sitting here crying at the diner, crying for 30 minutes, and no one has interrupted you. Leave it to Harmon to come to the rescue. Tough break with your mom there. How do you know I was here? He cracks a smile. You told me, baby girl, this morning after you left work. I wouldn't have forgotten something like that. Your eyes well with tears. Oh, Harmon. You fall into his arms and sob into his plaid shirt, which smells faintly of sweat and oil from the shop. Harmon wraps his arms tightly around you. She's kicking me out. I haven't even graduated from high school yet. Don't you worry. You can always crash at your house with Will and I. Let's go get your stuff now. She was the only parent I had left. My dad is gone. I haven't spoken to him in years. She was never around by the thought that she would love me, that she'd love me no matter what. Aren't parents supposed to love you, Harmon? Isn't that their one job? They are, honey, but when it comes to things like this, she said that I was broken, that I'd always been broken. Well, that's a nasty thing to say to your one and only daughter. But she's right, and it's not like I can help that, can I? No, Sari, no. Harmon grabs you by the shoulders. He crouches down so that he's eye level with you. Look at me, honey, look at me. He wipes away some of your tears with his thumb. Sari, you are not broken. Look, I know it's hard right now. I know you're hurting. You're hurting the worst you've ever hurt in your life. It was like that for me, too, when I told my pops about Will and I. My pops and I were so close. I talked to him about everything sports, girls, school. He was so proud of me when I went to college. He cried at my graduation. But when my parents found out, he cut me off completely. Will's mama, Beatrice, when she found out, she exiled them, too. She came around eventually, though, but my parents never did. The last time I saw Pops was at my little cousin's funeral, and he just. His voice, normally deep vibrato that takes control of the room, suddenly goes thin and small. He looked right through me, like I wasn't even there, like I wasn't his son, and it gutted me all over again. But Will was there that day, and Will took my hand and he squeezed it in this crowd of God-fearing people, and he looked my father dead in the eye as he did it. He just stared him down, as if he was willing God to strike him where he stood. It was his own way of screaming, "Look at us! Look at this man we both love and how you're hurting him." Sari, you know Will. He never tries to start trouble. He keeps his head down and maintains the status quo. If he's ever involved in a conflict, he's the mediator. That's why he's so uninterested in public displays of affection. He doesn't want to risk his reputation, to risk his safety, to get called out. But he put it all on the line that day for me. He challenged my dad, my mom, everyone who was there, directly, to show that we weren't going anywhere, we hadn't gone anywhere, and we were stronger than ever. That act of love he gave me in that moment was the bravest thing he had ever done. And although I was in so much pain, I knew that no matter how much my family hurt me, I had made the right decision to be with the one I love. It was something I didn't regret then, and I don't regret it now. It hurts to lose your mom, Sari, but you're never going to regret it. And I'm so damn proud of you for being brave and standing up to her, even if it hurts you. And even if you've lost her love, there are still so many people here that love you. Carmen, Brandy, Candace, Will, me. You're not unlovable. You feel the weight of something in your pocket. It's another heart token. And you are not broken. Harmon wasted no time in helping you collect your things from the apartment. He closed up the auto shop and even told Sol to fetch the truck. Sol didn't ask questions. He helped you and Harmon help move out your stuff in haphazard piles. You hadn't started packing your things yet, and you were sure you left things behind. Delirious from your grief, you didn't bother to take one last look around the room that you had called your own for the past 4 years. You left the apartment, locked the door, and slid your key under the mat. You and Harmon unloaded the truck together. Will drove home from a conference and was horrified to hear the news. You started crying all over again. He held you and assured it would be all right. Meanwhile, the Rosales family had been panicking. They called your mom's apartment multiple times. Carmen even called your mother's workplace, when she was met with a curt, cool, "I don't know who you're talking about." The family had split up and fanned out across the neighborhood in search of you. Javi had been the one to find you at Will and Harmon's. All of you went back to the Rosales house together to talk about it. Carmen held you in your arms as you cried and told her the story. Amaya kissed your forehead and assured you that you had done the best you could. Manola told you that you were still loved and that you still had a family. Diego did apologize for what had happened and how he'd been acting earlier. Mr. Rosales offered to have you live with him, however, you would have to sleep on the couch. Since Will and Harmon had a guest bedroom, you said that you'd live with them. That night, your family tried to cheer you up. Diego, Amaya, and Manolo told jokes. Javi wouldn't stop giving you hugs. Carmen held your hand underneath the table. Mr. Rosales, Will, and Harmon all told jokes. It felt like a paradox. On the day that you felt the least loved in your life, you also felt the most. Well, hun, I know that the guest bedroom isn't exactly ideal, but I hope it'll do for now. It's fine, Mr. Carver. It's a lot nicer than my room. Than my old room, I mean. While you're staying with us, feel free to think of this as your room, Sari. Okay, thanks. It's the least we can do after what happened, honey. I'm so sorry. It's okay, Mr. Carver. I mean, it's not, but I think I'm luckier than most people end up disowned by their parents, right? Don't say things like that. You have every right to be upset if you want to be. You don't gotta undermine your pain. Harmon's right, Sari. Don't feel like you have to hold anything in because it wasn't as bad. Okay, okay. I hate to ask this of you, but please don't tell anyone at your school that you are living with me. It's okay for your friends to know, but let's keep this quiet. You're retiring in 2 months, Will. You really think they're gonna care if they find out? They might. Excuse me for not wanting to take any chances, but we need my pension for our retirement. I understand. I'll keep this quiet. You don't gotta worry about that. I took care of it. What do you mean took care of it? I called Sari's mother. I told her that we were taking her daughter in, and if she had a problem with that, she can kindly explain to DHS why she abandoned her daughter and that I know where she worked, and that I would be all too happy to tell them what was going on. You know, it's a bad look for a family friendly business, having an employee who abandons her own child, even if that child is gay, makes her and them look bad. Harmon, you didn't have to involve her. I know I didn't, but I did out of courtesy for her and to tell her that if she comes after Sari again, I've got dirt on her. Surprise, surprise, she said that she didn't care. So she's not going to come looking for Sari or press any kind of charges. Harmon, I'm sorry, Sari. We're not going to talk to her again. I just wanted to make sure that she didn't call the cops and report you as a runaway or anything. No, it's okay. Thank you for taking care of that, and thanks for taking care of me today. Of course, honey. Of course. Well, I'm kind of tired. I'm going to hit the hay. Okay, that sounds good. But if you need anything, we're right down the hall from you. In the morning, I'll make us a big bagel breakfast. I bet that'll be nice. Bagels sound amazing. You okay, Will? Yeah, thank you for picking her up from the diner today. I'm sorry for snapping at you earlier. It's okay. It's been a stressful day, to say the least. Honey, don't cry. I can't help it. Every time I want to say I can't believe this would happen, I remind myself that no, it can and it will. Why should any parent abandon their child? I mean, she's literally 2 months away from graduating and she's homeless, Harmon. What sort of monster? You can hear Mr. Carver crying, crying, crying over you. Come here, hon. She's not homeless. This is her home now. We're going to take care of her. She's going to be okay now. She's not going to be okay, Harmon. She was abandoned by her parents, both of them. Jesus. At such a young age. At least we were in our 20s when it happened to us. I know it's bad, Will, but I'm glad that we got her out of the house before her mom could do something worse, like send her to one of those god awful camps. Things need to get better, Harmon. They have to get better for these kids. One attempts suicide, one gets kicked to the curb by her only parent. Every single day, I just want to protect them from the entire world. But you can't do that, Will. You can't protect them from the real world. You can only be supportive and be their advocate. Hopefully, the world will become a better place by the time that you and I leave it. Mr. Carver sniffles. You've done good for the kids at your school and in this neighborhood. Imagine where they'd be without you, Will. I love you. I love you too. You big baby. You can hear them laughing and you just feels a lot like of course Harmon would preface the sentence with in a sentence. The next 2 months pass by pretty peacefully. Carmen drives you to school in the morning, or you walk with Brandy and Candace. The four of you keep quiet about your living arrangements. Harmon makes dinner every night. You help him out in the kitchen and learn a thing or two. On school nights, you're free to spend your spare time writing stories, a habit that was widely criticized by your mother. You hadn't seen your mother since that day. You once tried to call the apartment and the phone line had been disconnected. You later learned that the lease had ended and she had moved away without saying goodbye. You hadn't seen or heard from her since. You have no way of contacting her either. And while you feel devastated, you also feel somewhat relieved. Like the last thread that connected the two of you had been severed, dead like a bad phone line. She no longer holds any power over you. Now you have a glimpse into a healthy parental relationship. You come home every night to two people who are so proud of your accomplishments, who are happy to hear you talk about your day. They provide discipline but with a sense of respect that you never received from your mother. Unlike her, they understand boundaries. You're grateful, even as it makes you bitter about your own childhood and how you were treated. The fog in your head comes back in these moments. But every time you drift out to the nightmare land of your memories, Harmon and Will are able to pull you out of it with a smile and a gentle, do you want to talk about it? You feel listened to. You feel validated. You feel loved. You fix your hat on top of your head and hope that you don't look like a total idiot. Your graduation gown feels thinner than that paper mache boat you made in the third grade, which fell apart as soon as you put it in the water. Rip the SS Bodie Boaterson. Will and Harmon were so proud to take you here today. They dropped you off and Will is mingling with his other students who are presenting him with flowers and thank you notes. He hugs them all and wipes away tears. Harmon leans back at a comfortable distance. He smiles and nods to you, letting you know he's got your back. Are you ready to say goodbye to childhood? Guys, we have to bring this episode of Grunge to a close. We're at nearly the end of chapter 3. I think that we only have maybe like 15 minutes left. We got like quite a few there's quite a few quests on the graduation day. So don't skip graduation day. because there's like 6 or so quests here. Let me see, 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'm sorry, there is just 3, but there is a lot of other things going on. Like, this is the last time that you're going to see all of these kids all in one place. So, with that, thank you all for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like. It does help the channel out. If you want to see future episodes of Grunge, consider subscribing to the channel. When you subscribe to the channel, be sure to hit the notifications bell so you get updates on when I upload future episodes. Without further and without further ado, thank you all so much for watching. Bye.
Special shout out to Patreons AceWolf741, Deep Dive Dylan, Brian White, Caleb Putnam, and Robin Harper.